everybody. Hey, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm a minute late. I was on the phone. Before we get started, hi, everybody. I'm just asking. I just lit a prayer for angelic healing. I have a very good friend, very good friend who just contacted me just right before I was getting ready to go on here. I didn't really have a whole lot of chance to see or hear what she had to say, other than I just know that she's been in the hospital vomiting blood all night long, and she's now there trying to get tests to figure out what's going on. So prayers up. She doesn't want her personal information out there. She asked me not to say her name, but my good friend, prayers up for my good friend in the hospital vomiting blood. Hopefully they get it figured out. But hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Sam. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mama Bear. Natalie. Yay, Beachcomber's here. Sleep. Oh, there's my Deb. Yay. All right, ladies. Full moon, huh? Full moon. This cold moon. Full cold moon, right? Full moon. So thank you, Beachcomber. Thank you. I appreciate all the prayers. I did light a candle for her. And so, yeah. But let's go ahead and call in the guides and protectors, the angels, the ancestors of the love and light only, and ask them to come hang out with us during this class. Only beings of high vibration, love and light are welcome here, and definitely are welcome here. Go ahead and come in right now. Let's collectively jump on the same vibe, you guys, so that we can have a cool class today. I'm super excited about doing the Empress card. Okay. All right. I'm asking for a connection to the God source energy. Asking for all of us to share that connection and for us to remain in that high vibration. Oh, come on. This is a new. There we go. And asking for angelic protection to be placed around that connection so that we can learn how to use the tools to investigate our own divinity, right? Because ultimately it is my goal. This is my goal, to teach you guys how to read your own cards. And even though it might sound weird, I would love for one day nobody to have to come to me for a reading. I would love for everybody to be able to do their own readings, right? Hi, Rain Cloud. So nice to see you. Okay, guys. So let's start off with the fact that it is the full moon tonight. Okay. The Empress card, a lot of the times the Empress card is the earth. So Empress card is earth element, right? High Priestess was the last card we did. That was the moon. So, but it is a full moon tonight in Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and just talk a little bit about that real quickly. The Empress card is Gemini energy, or sorry, the Empress card is not Gemini, it's Earth. The Empress card is Venus energy. So we will talk about that as well. Okay, so Gemini energy for the full moon tonight, you guys. Gemini energy. Gemini is the twins. It's in masculine type energy. Hi, Taurus girl. Hi, Phoenix. Yay! Everybody's showing up. For Gemini, the element is air. The planet for Gemini is Mercury. Mutable, but this is the very last full moon experience for 2024. So it's kind of, I just want to say this before I start talking about the tarot, because I'm afraid I'll forget. If I don't, no, it'll get overlooked. I just want to make sure you guys are, well, it's actually like, we're in it. We're in the full moon energy right now. So make sure that you are manifesting intentions for the new year coming above, making the release of all of the stuff that from 2024 that you carried with you, all of the energetic connections you don't want to take with you into 2025. Yeah, make sure that if you have to, sit down and write it out so you can speak it. But this is the last full moon experience for 2024. And then I think January 13th-ish will be the next full moon and the first full moon in 2025. All right. That being said, so happy you guys are here. Okay. So we've got the Empress. The Empress is number 3 in tarot. Let me get my notes up here, you guys. I promise I have not taken any pain medicine. So I shouldn't act loopy or anything, you guys. I'm still tending to some broken ribs, but I wanted to be all here and present for this. So, all right, starting with the fact that the Empress is number 3. 3 in spirituality. No, Gizmo. 3 in spirituality is associated with creativity, growth, abundance, expansion, which is all the words that describe, come here, all the words that describe the Empress. I'm so sorry about my dog. There's people coming and going, and of course he's the main watchdog for this building. Hopefully he'll stop. You want treaty? That didn't even work. Wow. Okay, so please try to ignore him. I don't think I can get up and down to go stop him. Okay, Empress, you guys. Empress. Yes, that's his job. That's absolutely his job. Everybody says hi, Gizmo. So, okay. Empress is abundance, nurturing. The Empress is the mother, the great mother archetype in the tarot. She is the feminine. She represents good parenting, development, abundance, accomplishment, growth, creativity. That's a big one. Creativity, self-care, motherhood. She represents evolution, action taking place. Okay, hold on one second. What does Natalie say here? Don't forget to go out of live chat real quick to hit that like button. Oh, thank you, Natalie. I didn't know you had to do that. Okay, so you have to go out to of the live chat in order to hit the like. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, Empress is an earth element. The earth element is tangible things. This is our money, our houses, the things that we work towards, our goals, the things that we desire to work towards. This is tangible things being what we, our physical body, the physical part of our existence as well. So in the Major Arcana, the Empress is like the Earth Mother Goddess. I brought a bunch of different Empress cards from, this is my chance to show off all my beautiful cards, you guys. So I brought a bunch of different Empress cards from a bunch of different decks. But I'm going to start with this one. This is the one we've been learning together on, you guys. And so let's start with this one and let's look at this symbology on the card. There's one thing that I've failed to say in all of the past 4 classes when it comes to your intuition. I might have said this, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to say it again. One thing that I do using my intuition in tarot, when I pull a card and I lay it down, I look for the symbology first, and then I look for the connection energetically with that symbology. I can look over the Empress card and see all the different symbols, and none of them really mean anything to me except for this one, right? So just look for the symbology before you absorb the whole picture of the card, or you absorb the whole, the whole meaning of the card. Look where your eyes take you first, okay? Look for the symbology. That's the reason the symbology is on the card. And that's how you read intuitively, is by paying attention to where your eyes take you, paying attention to the things that stand out to you right away, okay? So I don't know if I've said that before, but I wanted to make sure I said that again. You're cleaning while listening. Oh, great, Phoenix. Well, hey, that's, you're being productive while listening to me. Awesome. I do that all the time. A lot of times I listen to Natalie's videos while I'm cleaning and making things and stuff like that. I listen to Natalie's videos. But all right, so let's read what it says on this Earth card this Empress card right here. Did I just say Earth? It is Earth element. Okay. Oh, sometimes in tarot, I guess that makes sense to do that. Sometimes in tarot, you'll get a deck that will go by the elements rather than the suits. So the element for, say, for cups, it would be water. The element for pentacles would be earth. The element for wands would be fire, and the element for swords would be air. So sometimes when you get a tarot deck, if you notice that there's no swords, wands, cups, and pentacles, it's usually replaced by the 4 elements, and that happens a lot within tarot. Every single tarot card has an association with one of the elements. Okay, so the words on this one, oops, I'm blind. So is it beautiful where you guys are at too right now today? Because I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely gorgeous outside here. It's like, this is December. It looks like a summer day. Okay. All right, it says okay, Empress. So say you're doing your card pull, or you're pulling cards, either self-exploration or you're reading for somebody else, and you pull the Empress card. This is what it's going to tell you in a general sense. You're experiencing new life, maybe in the form of pregnancy, romance, business, or elsewhere. The Empress position upright may also be a sign that it's time to be kind to yourself and invest time and some self care. Take comfort in knowing that the Empress has your back. So, what I love, it's mostly sunny here. It tried its hardest to snow yesterday. Oh no! Mother Nature did her best. You need more snow in Utah? Yeah. Them lights were in my eyes again, Natalie, the other day. Then something started playing like a video at my side view when I moved. Oh, wow, that sounds interesting. Disappeared. Wow, that sounds interesting. Yeah, what do you guys think about all those drones that are flying around our country right now? I guess they're in other places of the world too. Interesting what you guys think about the drones. Let's see. Clear and cold in England. Oh, is it cold over there? Yeah, but it's clear. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let's jump back on subject. The Empress, she is the master nurturer in the tarot deck. She is the one that goes with the flow. She's the one, she masters the art of receptivity, because the energy I feel off the Empress is someone who can sit there and kind of go with the flow. She does the allowing to take place. So there's no judgment, but just, she's acceptant and she allows, she goes with the flow. She's receptive she's open and receptive to receive. Now that doesn't mean that she accepts every little thing for herself that comes by. That doesn't mean that she may be allowing and receptive, but she's also uses her intuition to choose the things that best serve her. So to me, lending the energy to be open and receptive to receive, but still be listening with your intuition, with your gut. I get that energy off the Empress card. She also represents creativity and abundance. With the Empress, there's no such thing as lack. Okay, there's no lack. So when Empress comes in an upright position, there's no lack there. There's no, because she's very nurturing, there's no lack. If it comes in the reverse, then there may be the lacking something. But there's no lack here. Let's see. No limitations. There's no lacking, no limitations. It also can represent pregnancy. The Empress card coming in absolutely can represent pregnancy, fertility, the ability to focus, the ability to focus on positive nurturing, good parenting, like I had said. Okay, let's talk about the other end of the Empress card. So we've got, those are all the positive things with the Empress card. Now let's look at the shadow side. Natalie says, the Empress was my favorite card for a long, long time. The Empress was my favorite card when I very first started reading tarot. Absolutely. Because it is such a positive card. It is such a high vibrational card. It is, you know what? As human beings, we have an innate need for mom, right? Even if you don't have a mother in your life. I know that there's been times in my life when I've been really like afraid of something, or I've been suffering, like really, really sick with something or something. And I want my mommy. It's just like a natural thing that, so for me, when I first started reading tarot, I was in a desperate place in my life when I had no relationship with a mother. And so that was kind of what I grabbed onto. And yes, it was my favorite one too, Natalie. And then it kind of evolved into the Sun card being my favorite card after a while, but I like all of them. Let me see here. Lisa's here. Yay. I'm so glad. Yeah, we haven't went too far. I just barely started. I was a little bit late, but that's okay. All right. The dark side of, well, I don't even like to say the dark side of the Empress, because I don't feel like there's really like a dark side to the Empress card. There's a shadow side to the Empress card. What would the symptoms of that be? Laziness, because the Empress is about creativity. So laziness, like creative blocks, it could be. Selfishness, because the Empress is very generous in giving of her time and energy and nurturing. Entitlement. Let me see what else I wrote down here. Greediness, being inappreciative, impatience, codependence, inaction, lack of focus, indecision, overwhelm, anxiety. It could be infertility. Also, it could be just sitting in a hateful energy, being hateful, because the mother is the divine love, so the contrary to that would be being in a hateful energy, or sitting in the energy of lack, like I said before, being non-nurturing or bad parenting. So generally when I'm doing a reading, you guys, and the Empress card comes out in reverse, it usually, it's quite rare, but when it does happen, I look at the cards around it to read it. It's not something I just read solitarily or on its own. I generally, when an Empress card comes in reverse, I look at the cards around it to really determine what the shadow side is that it's trying to point out. Hi, Dean. Nice to see ya. It's okay. Better late than never, right? Okay. So did I get it all? Yeah. So that's the shadow side of the Empress card, and yeah, we got to watch out for all those things in it. But like I said, when you're doing a tarot card reading and you pull the Empress card in reverse, my advice is to really pay attention to the cards around it, because that's where you're going to get your answer as to what it is that you're supposed to be knowing. Okay, now let's look at the symbology, you guys, because the symbology is on the Empress card is amazing. I'm trying to make some room here. You know what? I think, let me find one that's bigger. They're all different. Let's see. Okay, I'll just use this one. I'm going to show you guys all these different versions of an Empress card in just a minute. All right, so the symbology on the Rider-Waite. So we kind of go by the Rider-Waite, right? Hi, Noelle. Nice to see you. So on the Rider-Waite, the symbology, let's start with the crown that she's wearing on her head. Most Empress cards, they are, see the crown? They are wearing a crown most of the time. And it's significant in itself, the crown. Because the crown is adorned with 12 stars. Those 12 stars symbolize about 3 different things. They symbolize, now depending on what your belief system is, and that kind of thing, they can symbolize the 12 tribes of Israel. They can symbolize the 12 apostles, if you're, doing if you're more like a biblical reader. Or they could symbolize, what they symbolize for me, what they could symbolize is the 12 zodiacs. Okay, so that's the first symbol. That one's really important. Then we've got, so if you look at her, she is sitting in a chair. Her posture is important. Her posture is relaxed, calm, open, flowing. She's sitting in nature. So nature is also very much Empress energy. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. Yeah, so she's sitting in nature. So nature is very important when it comes to the Empress. Empress is earth, so that makes sense. There's a garden all around her, and there's a significance to the garden as well that she's sitting in. So, okay, excuse me. Imagine this. Imagine walking into a garden. Okay, you walk into this garden, and this is the Empress's garden. Let me paint you a picture of the Empress's garden. Okay, the Empress's garden is full and lush. There's cobblestone walkways that go through the different areas of the garden, and there's vines that kind of flow into the walkways. Okay, there's weeds here and there throughout, but everything is lush and green and fertile and overflowing, and it is allowed to be that way. The Empress's garden is not going to be that immaculately, kept garden. It's not going to be the picture perfect, Better Homes and garden, because the Empress's garden allows overgrowth, allows for the flow, abundance, and doesn't try to control it as strongly. So that with the garden, that's symbolism is important for that reason, for me anyways. The other one is the little stream. So the little stream also represents flow, but something kind of I've always felt, sometimes I feel, is when you look at the stream, if you're going from the High Priestess, which is the card we just did, to the Empress, I always feel like that stream that's in the High Priestess card is actually continued on to this card. The stream is continued in to this card. So there is a continued flow. And the energies of the high priestess and her inner knowledge, her inner knowing, all of those things, her connection, those are in that water flowing through. Now it has added to an earth, or it has added Empress energy to what started out as the Fool, then added on with the Magician, that is us, and then the High Priestess, and now. So do you see what I'm saying with the flow? So it's, for me, it just kind of feels like the symbology of the little stream. I don't know if it's a stream or a river or a creek or what, but it's there. And it came from the High Priestess card, okay? I mean, oh my goodness. I want to catch up real quickly. I'm so happy you're here, Jen. Yay. Like you've unblocked to create. Yes, you have to unblock to create. So if you pull an Empress card in reverse for yourself, like in a daily pull for yourself, if you pull an Empress card in reverse, that is definitely telling you that there's a block you need to unblock. There's a blockage there. There's something blocking you. Yeah, for sure. The relaxed pose, I talked about that. That is the key to that flow, allowing and flowing energy. So, of course, we talked about the number 3 on the card. The other thing we see on the card is the glyph. Let's see if I can find it. The glyph on this little banner right here. It's that little glyph. That is the Venus. That is Venus. It's also divine love. Venus is the planet of love, value, art. So that's what that symbolizes. The flowing robes, again, symbolize flow. And then also, too, one thing that I kind of pick up and notice that carries through into a lot of the artists use in a lot of the different tarot for Empress is a lot of times the Empress is depicted in the summertime. So because this is or the fall time when there's the harvest. So a lot of times that also gets depicted in tarot, and you'll see it kind of looks like a summer day. So that's also symbology that gets passed around. Okay. We talked to, and the pomegranate. I'm sorry, there's a few more. There is the pomegranate. Let's see. It's here. The pomegranate is here. So there is the pomegranate. That is also for divine feminine and fertility. And the wheat. The wheat is also symbolic for fertility. She is holding a wand, a staff, a wand with a crystal on it. I think, yeah, pretty much all of them have one. Yes. Yes, they all do. Okay, let's check these out real quick, you guys. I'm gonna brag and show off some of my pretty Empress cards. Okay, so this one is very much in the water. She's sitting in a shell. She's got the wand in her hand, but you see the moon above her and the sun behind her. So they're depicting both. But she's sitting in the water. Here she is depicting that flow. This one really gives me that flow energy. Yeah. Okay. This is from, oh my gosh, Tridevia Tarot. Absolutely the most gorgeous deck. I love it so much. I ordered it from an ad and it took forever to get here, but I love it. But yeah, the Tridevia, which actually means Trideva Tarot, which actually means 3 goddesses. Yeah. So this one comes from Tarot of a Moon Garden. And this is the Empress card in here. And here she's depicted as a little fairy. And she's sitting on a cornucopia. For me, that screams abundance. She's got the 12 stars. Yeah. This one's a little different, but she still has the crown. She has different seashells in the crown to represent the different 12. She's not holding a staff in this one. She has her hand over her heart. So that's what's significant to me when I look at this one. This one comes from Adventures in Wonderland. So my eyes go to, symbolically on this card, my eyes go to her hand over her heart. So this is unconditional love. A mother's love is the energy coming off this one for me. But do you see what I mean, you guys, when I say pay attention? Hi, Andrea. Yay, you're here. So glad you're here. Thank you for joining, sister. But do you guys see what I'm talking about when I say look at the symbology and see how, because I mean, I'm sure by looking at this card, it means different things to different people. Someone might say, oh, she looks like a mermaid. She looks like a fairy. She looks like she's saluting or pledging allegiance to the flag. Who knows? But for me, that's pointing out heart space, right? So whatever your eyes are drawn to, what does it feel like? What does it mean for you? What does it feel like to you? Yeah, you see what you're attracted to. Yes, exactly, Sam. That's exactly right. You see what you're attracted to. That's your intuition. What you're attracted to is your intuition, and that's how you read intuitively. I mean, we could pull the card over and say the Empress means this, 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 and this. Okay, and you're right. But what does it mean to you? Okay, reading tarot intuitively is what that means is reading tarot intuitively, not just reading it at like a book or a game. It's reading it using your intuition. What does it mean for you? Right? And then you share that for me, this means this. For me, this means this. You guys hear me say that all the time. That's how you read tarot intuitively, rather than just what the card looks like and what the meanings are that are attached to that card. I hope that makes sense. This one's so pretty. This is the Star Child Tarot. Natalie got me this deck. I love it so much. It's actually a deck I use every single day for personal development and personal growth. And this is one that I don't use a lot on camera, mainly because I don't want to add anyone else's energies to it. I really want it to only hold my own. And that way I always know the answers I'm getting out of it are truly just from my own pathway and my own. So if you ever wondered, Natalie, why you don't see me using it a whole lot, there you go. That's why. But I use it every day. All right. So the Empress in here, she's got the moon phases above her head. What I'm noticing when I look at this card is the fact that her arms are wide open. It's kind of hard to see, but do you see her arms wide open? This is flow. This is open. This is receptivity. Receptivity. There you go. The moon phases, those are significant to me too. Cycles. All right, let's check out another one. Okay, so a lot of times, in fact, I think I've got two like this, maybe even three. A lot of times, nope, I got two. Oh, I do have three. Okay, a lot of times the Empress card, the lady on the Empress card will be pregnant. Hi, Just Robin. Nice to see ya. A lot of times the lady on the Empress card will, or pregnancy is depicted in some way. That's very, very common. So we've got, this one is the Lightworkers Tarot. So you see here the earth, you see the earth being brought in. We've got the sun up here. But so there's that one. Again, depicting pregnancy with the hand coming around the earth. Words on this one are nurturing creator. And in reverse, it is smothering creator. Isn't that interesting? Here we go again with another. Okay, so this was the Light Keepers Tarot. And then this one is, oh my goodness, what is this one? Natalie, do you recognize this? If you're still here, I can't remember what this one's named. Maybe the Tarot of the Unfolding Path or something like that. But yeah, so that I can't, I'm good. I'm good with my cards and I love them. And yeah, but I can't remember them all the time. Unfolding Path. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I like this one. She's got the 12 stars on her head. See them up there? She's got the abundance with the flowers, the nature with the flowers. She's got the sun behind her. So all the symbolism is there. Love it. This one is, boy, I'm bad today. Is it the Ethereal Tarot? Is it the Ethereal Tarot, Natalie? Ethereal Tarot? All right. I love this one so much, though, for working on camera with this one, for the lightness of the card, the light, like the high energy. Ethereal Tarot, Luna Edition. Thank you. You're my brain today, Natalie. Thank goodness we have all the same decks, or pretty much all the same decks. Anyways, so yes, the Empress on this one, she's got the moon phases. We've got the wheat signifying abundance. She's got the flowers, I think, instead of the star crown. But beautiful. I love this deck a lot for the fact that it's high vibrational, the cards are all white. It has like this, see what it does? And like an embossed, beautiful prismatic effect that it does. All the cards do that, and they're just so eye-catching. Anyways, if you guys are looking for a very like light-filled deck that doesn't have any dark connotations in it or any like scary imagery or iffy type stuff. Sometimes the devil card can be iffy for me, really, in a deck. Sometimes it can make or break whether or not I purchase a deck, to be honest. um, I don't own dark decks. There are people out there who want to have that added to their collection so they have a balance. I don't. That's just me. I don't. So I am drawn naturally to the very light, high vibrational ones. That one I was showing you earlier, the Star Child Tarot that Natalie sent me, that's one of them. So I suggest if you're a beginning tarot reader and you're going to start building up a collection, I suggest the lighter decks for sure. Just because that's the energy and the vibe you'll keep around you while you're learning to read. So Natalie says, I believe start with one deck and based off of original writer weight. Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So there used to be this saying where, and I'm not I tried to do research on this, you guys, and find out where that's derived from, but I cannot. So if you guys know, let me know. When I was young, okay, so I've been reading tarot since I'm 15, right? So I don't need to remind you guys how old I am. When I was young and I was doing this, I was told repeatedly by people, like-minded individuals, my mentors and whatnot, that you had to have your tarot deck gifted to you in order to have a connection with it. Or you had to have it gifted to you. It would only work. You'd only get, accurate readings if it's a gift to you, that you can only have your decks gifted to you. And that is not accurate. Yes, it's beautiful if someone gifts you a deck, but I personally believe that the pull, the draw, the deck coming into your life, the draw should come from you. The draw should come from you. There should be, because a lot of times I've gotten decks. I order like for example, last year at Christmas time, Hay House was having a 50% off sale. So I ordered like 6 decks or 7 decks, right? They were all cheap. And I thought, well, eventually I'll get to each one of them and get to know them. Well, half of them I never vibed with. I bought them. They came here. I got them. They sat on my shelf for a year. And guess what? They're in my store. Yeah, because I never vibed with them, right? So I don't need to keep stuff I'm not vibing with in my house, right? So they're over at my store. But so if anyone's out there is telling you guys that you have to have your decks gifted to you, I have to disagree with that. I feel like you should have a draw to them to bring them into your life for a purpose. I always do what's called a deck interview when I first get a new deck. I do unboxings. I don't know if you guys know that, but I have another YouTube channel called Crystal Loves Tarot. Crystal Loves Tarot and Oracle unboxings and reviews. I think that's the whole name to it. But anyways, where I just do unboxings, that's all I do is I come and show the decks, all my decks. I do reviews, unboxings. That way people can look at them and see if they have a draw to them. I believe that you should investigate and see if it's there before you invest in something, right? You don't want to invest in something that's not for you. So I provide that for people on that little platform. It's not very big. But I provide that so that people can go and check it out and look at them and see what they think. Natalie does the same thing. We provide that for others so they can find that pull, that draw to their tool, right? So yeah, okay, Deb, yeah, go look. So it's Crystal Loves Tarot. I'm pretty sure, you know what? I'll send you a link. Personally in WhatsApp, I'll send you a link, sweetie, because I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if it's Crystal Loves Tarot deck reviews or if it's just Crystal Loves Tarot. I'll send you a link. No problem. But anyways, yes. And so I don't agree with the whole you have to have a deck gifted to you. Honestly, I've had decks gifted to me, and I'm so grateful that the ones that have been gifted to me have been gifted to me from people who knew me well enough to know that there would be a connection there for me, at least a small one to start with. Natalie sends me decks all the time. No, it's not on TikTok, Andrea. It's on YouTube. Crystal Loves Tarot unboxings and deck reviews. Crystal Loves Tarot. Yeah. So I've got Crystal Loves Tarot, I've got Crystal's Intuition, this one, and then I have Crystal Loves Tarot group. It's just a group on Facebook connected to my Crystal Jade. Sleepless Nights. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I love you so much. You didn't have to do that, sweetheart. Thank you so much. But yes, that's where you can find me, sweetie, and I will go ahead and send you a link, and so you don't have to go digging for it. Okay. Hi, Just Robin again. I found a deck that I must have bought years ago, and I was so excited to find, but 7 cards are missing. Ooh, which ones are they? That's what my mind goes to immediately. Ooh, which cards are missing? Which ones are they? Interesting. See, I had a deck one time where I was trying to see if I could see in my mind's eye where they were. It's not coming to me. Sorry. I had a deck one time where I was missing a card when I got it, and I never ever got an accurate reading off that deck. So I never ended up using it. I reordered the deck and got it full deck, and that one worked for me. But the one that was missing one, I just did not feel like they were accurate. Okay, so let's look at 2 more cards. These are so beautiful. Oh, this one's beautiful, and this one's amazing. So this is from the Artist Decoded Tarot, actually one of my favorite decks as well. I'm an artist. I have huge appreciation for texture, colors, layering arts, and different combining things. So I love the Artist Decoded deck. This is so amazing. This kind of reminds me of like a layering decoupage type thing here. And the Empress card is being shown with the crown. She's in the garden with an abundance of nature. She's wearing, I'll show you. Why am I describing it? Let me show you. She's wearing this beautiful white dress. This is so beautiful. I just love this Empress card. She's got her arms full of a cornucopia of abundance. In that beautiful, bright day that she's in that gorgeous garden. And I love this for the fact that there's no face on her. So you can put your face in that spot. I love that about this deck. So in this deck, there's no faces. All the people are depicted in shadow. So you can like put yourself into them. That's another reason I love this deck too. All right, one more Empress card, you guys, and then I'm going to ask some questions that I have written down here. This is my newest deck. This is called oh my gosh. No, this is not my newest deck. This is my second to newest deck. This is called the Starborn Arcana Tarot, the Starborn. Now they showed me this one, and so I had to get it. Okay, this is very modern and very different. The Empress in the Starborn is very Lyran-ish, Lyran-ish to me. So this is like a more, like an alien-based deck, more inclusive. I'll put it that way. Not alien-based, just more inclusive for the different races. But I love it. Still in the daytime. So, yeah. All right. So there you go. That's the Empress cards that sorry, one more. This is my latest deck. I just did an unboxing on this deck. I just got it. I just did an unboxing on this deck and just uploaded it to my unboxing channel. It might not even be uploaded all the way yet because I pushed upload right before I came live. But it's called the Westwood Tarot. Absolutely gorgeous. The cards are huge, though, for a tarot card. And I have little hands, so there's that. But I don't care. And here's the Empress for my brand new deck. And it is actually a mother and a baby in the woods. She's got the crown on. Is that not adorable? This is the cutest little deck. This the Westwood Tarot by Yasmin Westwood. I have multiple decks of hers. And it's very innocent, very light, sweet, like a woodland fairy forest. I'm a little kid at heart, you guys. I love the fairies. I love the little elementals. Something I've been attracted to my whole life. So love it. Gorgeous deck. Gold gilding on the outside. So beautiful. Okie dokie. Let me turn the page. Let me take a sippy sip. Beachcomber says, I have to look for the deck, but I haven't seen it since we moved. Oh, okay. Ask your guides to show it to you. So ask your guides to take you to it, or bring it to you, or show you where it's at. I guess for me, that's such a, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just having bad hair day. Just cover my head up. um, I guess it's second nature to me that when something's missing, I just automatically ask my guides, show me where it's at. Like I'll stop in my steps and say, okay, where is it? And then you have to be open and receptive for the information to come in. Sometimes it takes a minute. But let me catch up a little bit here. My husband is afraid of my cards. He is, Andrea? Really? He's such a spiritual man. Does he feel like they're a door to something? Okay, I already know the answer. Thank you, spirit guides. He feels like they may be a door to something not so good. Wow, that's a very common for people to feel that way. Let's see. Don't take the first one as the one. Use your intuition to feel if it is the one. Yes, always use your intuition to feel everything, every situation out. Every situation needs to be felt out by your intuition before you do it. And if you, it might be hard at first because we're born into survival mode. So we take into consideration the safest measure and that's where our mind goes right away when we're like making any decisions. What is the safe thing to do, right? That's the priority right away. And so we kind of ignore our intuition and go straight to the survival mode. So to live through your intuition means, and at first you might have to keep reminding yourself, wait, how do I feel about this in my gut? Okay. It might be a second thought. So you might take into consideration how you're safe in the situation first. And then you're in second thought, you're like, okay, now how do I feel about this in my gut? Either way, for me, it kind of comes naturally to just like what I just did. You said your deck was missing. Just like that, my mind goes to, okay, guides, and I say it in my head. Okay, guys, where is it? Tell me where it's at. Show me where it's at. And then I just leave myself open to receive that. That's just part of who I am. I do that naturally. That's intuition. Intuition. Another thing too, my guides are telling me right now to tell you guys, when you're learning to read tarot intuitively, you should be practicing with you should be exercising your intuition whatever little chances you can get. So do give yourself like little tests, okay? Like just give yourself like little tests. Like say, the next thing I see on the TV is going to contain the color blue. Or, give yourself little tests of your intuition. There's lots and lots of videos out there, especially on TikTok, where they do intuition tests where they'll show cards and they'll say, okay, what is your feel? I have some on my TikTok. I have some on my YouTube. Where I'll put like 3 cards with like 3 crystals and I'll say, which crystal are you drawn to? And then give you like 10 seconds or pause the video, what comes to mind. And then the next clip is me showing, and then I'll reveal what it was. That is a practicing, exercising, and testing your intuition. Super important. Really, really super important. Because that's what you're trying to do, is learn to read through with your intuition. What is that saying? Well, I was going to say, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's true. But the more you use it, the more you practice, the stronger you'll get in your intuition. The stronger you'll get. You'll start to see the results of the choices that you're making based off of your intuition. And it just solidify in your energy that that's the right thing. And over time, that's something that will come natural. Like if you just remember, I got to think about this in my gut before I make this decision. There's a lot of us, though, that, we have a lot going on in our life and we have no choice but to make quick decisions about things. And we can't always stop and feel it out with our intuition. So then in that case, you have to just like pay attention to what you're kind of, you have to overlook with your intuition, prioritize. So make sure you check out the big things with your intuition. You can let some of the little things go by. Okay, I'm just talking because I'm getting images in my mind from my guides at this point. Definitely exercise the intuition. That's important, and they really wanted me to say that. Okay. So we always got to remember to be, when we get the Empress, if it comes in reverse, that could be a warning to be receptive, but not passive. Receptive, not passive. So willing to receive, willing for it to come in, but don't let it pass by. Okay. What time are we on here? 12:46. I want to talk about some of these crystals that work with the Empress. So associated with the Empress card, I didn't have some of them. One of them is the Moonstone. Moonstone is really good when you're working with the Empress card. Rose quartz, absolutely. Jade is really good working with, and then of course the clear quartz. I don't have any peridot. I do, but it's in my store. Peridot is a light green colored stone. So those are the crystals that are really good with working with the Empress energy. So like if you pull an Empress card for your daily pull, that would be some great crystals to maybe work with within that day. I'm obsessed with Moonstone too, Sam, and there's some right there. That was my gift from a friend of mine. Isn't that beautiful? I'm obsessed with Moonstone too. Moonstone and Opal are my two favorites. The white stones, right? The white stones. Yes. Those are my favorite. But my top favorite stone, like my literal top that my spirit resonates with, that I feel like is actually part of my crystalline structure, like is part of who me, like literally, is lapis lazuli. Since I can remember, lapis lazuli, I've always had the strongest energetic connection to. And that's not my birthstone either. My birthstone is the opal. Isn't that weird? But the lapis, the blue colored, it's the color of my eyes. So Dean Mack, you're a Capricorn? Okay. This is so funny. What a synchronistic thing. Dean, you're named the same as my husband, and you have the same zodiac sign as my son. my son was, his birthday is this month, so you must have a birthday coming up, Dean, if you haven't had it already. My son's birthday is this month. He is turning 31. He is a Capricorn. He is a Cappy. That is so funny. You know, birds of a feather. We're all vibing here. Beachcomber. I don't believe opal is bad luck if it's not. No, nothing's bad luck. There's no stones that are bad luck unless they have something negative energetically connected to them. I don't really think that stones are bad luck. It's earth energy. Unless it has something connected to it. I'll tell you what stone would be a bad luck. A great big diamond about this big would be bad luck because everybody would want it and you'd be in big danger owning something like that. I'm just kidding. Robin says, I keep crystal quartz, carnelian, obsidian, and tiger's eye with me at all times. Love it. So that's your crystal recipe. So if you keep that with you at all times, that is your crystal recipe. That probably is part of your crystalline structure of who you are. Yes. When doing the wash, my son always has stones in his pockets. Oh, he's a rock hounder. Love that. My kids always had rocks in their pockets too. I always have rocks in all my pockets. Always. I cannot go somewhere and not pick up a rock. It drives my son and my husband crazy. They're like, it's just a rock. And I'm like, yeah, but it wants me to pick it up. Andrea says my stones are all over my house. Yep. So are mine. Everywhere. And they're all over my store. It was actually, Noelle says, I have a candy dish with all his rocks. I love that. I love that. I love that you keep them. Oh, I love that you keep them. I love that. I would do the same. I just have to purge every once in a while because I end up with too many. It was nice to actually take about half of my inventory over to my store and say, I'm gonna have to get another case. I'm gonna have to get another case because I had the biggest blessing happen to me, you guys, that out of the blue. I just feel like it's like here's your reward for having just passed like this ultimate test with this individual who came into your life and tried to pull you away from your light, and you caught it and you're better. It's weird. It's like every time I have like a major thing happen and I get through it and I hold my light and I make the right like residual decisions, some kind of a blessing takes place. And I got a huge blessing. I got a humongous amount of crystal inventory for a very cheap price, and which was a once in a lifetime offer from an individual, because she's in a position where she has got to find somewhere for them now. And So I'm the lucky one that gets to receive the blessing out of that. But I'm also very limited on space. So I had to take a bunch of my crystals over to the store. I'm gonna have to get another case though to sell all those in. Okay, Andrea says, my husband has 3 pyramid stones that are green, brown, and white and represent Virgo. Love that. I forgot their names, but he won't part with them. He has a Virgo moon. Oh, okay. Noel says, I've always thought he would be an archaeologist, but he makes music, so he rocks. Ah, I love it. I love it. Noel, I love it. My husband is a musician. He is in a rock band. So I love it. Either way, he's going to shine, right? Either way, no matter what he is, he's going to shine. Thank you, Andrea. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's end the live with some homework. I didn't give you guys a homework assignment last week. He is awakened. Awesome. Okay. I didn't give you guys a homework assignment last week because last week was kind of discombobulated energy for me. So here we are. I actually have 3 questions that I want you guys to write down. I hope you brought your notebook and your pen. If not, go get it when you're done listening to me and rewind. Okay, so I want you to grab your Empress card and set it in front of you and put your hand on top of it. Okay. And I want you to ask yourself this question. What do I want to create? What do I want to bring to the world? My soul, my purpose, my mission. What do I want to create or bring in to the world? So this is just a broad thing. So for me, what do I want to create? I want to create a high vibration. I want to create oneness. I want to create, love. I want it. That's mine. Create awakenings, create, knowledge, create the ability for people to wake up to themselves. Like, I know that's a lot of stuff. You can write as many things as you want to. It's your journal, right? So what do you want to create? What do you want to bring into the world? That's question number 1. Question number 2. And that's just first of all, back up to question number 1. That's in a general sense. Okay. Just an overall general sense. So question number 2, what do you want to create today? So you start with a small goal, right? Because creativity is really what puts you into the ascension process. Okay. And the last one I want you to ask yourself is, if you allowed life to unfold into who you are, or allow your projects to unfold into on their own. If you're someone who kind of allows life to unfold into who you are, or you're someone who kind of like, allows the projects to come about, that's kind of how I do intuitive artwork. So in saying that, what I mean is I don't have a vision when I start. I grab a chunk of clay and I stick it on the table in front of me and I go where my intuition takes me with it, right? So if you're somebody who like allows that to be birthed in your and so put that in like a figurative sense for your life. If you're somebody that allows things to kind of come out and come to life through your intuition, what are your hopes that will happen for you? What will that do or bring to your pathway? What is your hopes that will bring to you in a good way? So there's your homework, you guys. And thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for joining. Andrea, thank you so much. Natalie, thank you so much for helping modding. Everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Deb, thank you for the super chat sticker. You're amazing. I love you. I love all of you guys. Thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to learn how to teach tarot. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate you guys' time and energy, always. And I will be back on Tuesday. Granted, I don't fall and break myself in any other way. Actually, I'm literally taking it so easy. I want the healing to happen fast. Yes, and focused healing. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, lifting you guys all up in abundant and divine love and light. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye. That's a bee.